Ready, men! The shadows of children stumble around the base of the palisade, gibbering and cackling uncontrollably. Your recruits look nervous. Most of them haven't been in a real battle against demons. Fire! A hail of arrows rains down from the battlements, and the gibbering turns to shrieking as the child shadows explode in violent bursts of ichor, confirming the demonic presence. The few guards who aren't surprised or disgusted look distraught. They're still wet behind the ears, but not for long. The rest of the demons are moments away. Ready yourselves! We can kill mains and drench all day, but Lathander forbid thee, summoner. Duck! A horrid screeching fills the air as a creature the size of a small elephant appears in the torchlight. The men near it gag as the smell of something awful momentarily overwhelms their senses. Fire! Kill it! Don't get too close together. You notice a group of 4 guards charging the creature, spears in hand. The creature turns and unleashes a deafening shriek, stopping all 4 guards in their tracks. The closest guard to the creature is shredded as the creature rips her body apart, devouring organs and some of the meatier muscles. The rest of your force starts closing in on the creature as it feasts, looking ill at the sign of the carnage. Don't get into range. Use your arrows. You and you. Go get the druid and the mage before it kills everyone. Yes, sir. What are the rest of you waiting for? Fire! Your guards release volley after volley at the creature, though only half of the arrows hit and only a quarter of them seem to cause the creature any real agony. The creature suddenly stops in the middle of its macabre feast, black ichor dripping from its wounds. It takes a huge breath and releases a cloud of air as a thick green fog that envelops a sizable part of the battlefield. Get out of the smoke! Your warning falls on deaf ears of dead guards. Most of them were inside the gas cloud and took a deep breath of a toxic fume. The remaining guards flee in horror as their compatriots bleed from their eyes, noses, and mouths, collapsing into heaps on the ground. A dark form drops into the toxin cloud and a thunderous explosion throws you back as a strong gust of wind disperses the toxic cloud. The mage, coated in an armor of ice, and the druid have arrived. The mage and druid begin blasting the creature with offensive spells, taking care to exploit its weaknesses. The creature falls on the druid, trying to rip her to pieces, but she shapes into an owl and flies to another rooftop before renewing her assault. You, guard, get that thing's attention! Yes, sir. Hey, you! I bet your mother was a can of ale dregs and your father was a cesspool liquor. I bet you couldn't hit me if I stood still and let you. The creature looks confused at the meaning of your words, but it understands tone well enough to comprehend your defiance. It caws excitedly and swoops down at you, talons outstretched. The mage chants a quick spell and concentrates as hard as he can. The creature turns to face the mage and shrieks angrily, though it suddenly vanishes with a loud... The mage has not stopped concentrating and his face is beginning to turn red. You move to shake him so he can breathe, but the druid appears in between you and signals you stop. After what seems like an eternity, the mage slowly begins breathing and color returns to his face. It has vanished back into the abyss. Pray we don't get something worse later. Welcome back to Compendium of Monsters. This week's entry: the Vrock. Before we continue, please make sure you've subscribed to my channel. It helps me out a lot. Vrocks are a challenge level 6, large-sized demon. They have an armor class of 15, average hit points of 104, a speed of 40 feet, and a flying speed of 60 feet. Vrocks have dark vision out to 120 feet and communicate via spoken abyssal or telepathy out to 120 feet. Vrocks are resistant to cold damage, fire damage, lightning damage, as well as damage from non-magical attacks. Vrocks are immune to poison damage and the poisoned condition. Vrocks have one main ability, magic resistance, or as I like to call it, f*** ya magic. With magic resistance, a Vrock has advantage on saving throws against spells and other magical effects. Vrocks have a basic multi-attack that allows one hit with their beak and one hit with their talons. With a gasp more potent than the worst morning breath you've ever smelled, Vrocks can unleash spores, emanating a toxic cloud that extends in a 15-foot radius centered on the Vrock. Any creatures in the spores must succeed on a Constitution saving throw or be poisoned. Once poisoned, the creature takes consistent poison damage at the start of their turns until the effect ends, be it succeeding on the saving throw or pouring an entire vial of holy water on itself. The spore ability has a 1/6 chance to recharge, so be wary when fighting multiple morning breath Vrocks. Vrocks also have a stunning Screech, which evokes the same paralyzing fear as your parents finding out you didn't do your chores. The Screech forces creatures within 20 feet of the Vrock to make a Constitution saving throw or be stunned stunned until the end of the Vrock's next turn. That is a whole round. With advantage for enemies to hit and guaranteed criticals, you best protect any teammates who fall prey to the Screech. Born out of the disgusting, filthy horror pit that is the Abyss, Vrocks are known as the capricious fiends that live only to create pain and carnage. You can almost always smell a Vrock before you see it, as its body reeks about as bad as you did the time when you went camping without deodorant. A Vrock prefers to kill prey it is stunned with its Screech ability, and their favorite flesh is humanoid. Vrocks also have magpie tendencies and will turn on each other for a chance to claim jewelry or ornamental stones of any value. Though, despite these tendencies, a Vrock is difficult to bargain with. They see no reason to barter when they can kill the owner of the item and remove it from the corpse. Vrocks, like all demons, do not fear death as they cannot be permanently slain outside of the Abyss. Their tactics are much different if they are close to being wiped from existence, though their lack of intelligence and innate savagery still wins out most of the time. Besides, don't go hunting demons in the Abyss. You'll die. My players have encountered Vrocks only once so far, in the basement below their guild hall in Peaceland. The Vrocks were hanging out in a relatively small stone room that left little area to maneuver away from the spores and screeching. The Vrocks were smart enough to stagger their screeches and spores, which allowed them to do a lot of damage to the players. Happily, nobody died to the Vrocks, and the party gained a new friend, Vengeance, Badakas' sworn ally from his fortune-telling. Anyways, what do you all think about Vrocks? Let me know in the comments below. As always, thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that subscribe button and smash that like button. I'll see you all next time.